What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, lightweight, Mexican superstar title contender, King Ryan Garcia, 22 wins, no losses, no draw, 18 wins by way of knockout. He is 23 years of age, 5'10", with a 70-inch arm reach. Ryan Garcia is making a lot of headlines lately, not because of what he's doing in the ring or who he's fighting, but because of who he's calling out. Now, Ryan Garcia has what is being seen to be the toughest fight of his career coming up July 16th against Javier Fortuna. With that said, Ryan Garcia, he admits that calling out and pursuing undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is 27 wins, no losses, no draw, 25 big wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5", with a 67-inch arm reach. Ryan Garcia admits that he's pursuing Gervonta Tank Davis not just because Gervonta Tank Davis is a good fighter, but because he was embarrassed while he was ringside during Gervonta Tank Davis's showdown that took place against fellow stablemate, lightweight title contender, star boxer Rolando Romero. Okay, Ryan Garcia was ringside. Ryan Garcia even bet undefeated, newly crowned 3-belt unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer, who is widely considered by many to be top 2 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, in Earl the True Spence Jr. He bet Earl Spence Jr. $20,000 that Rolando Romero, who was coming into the fight 14 wins, no loss, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach at 26 years of age, that he was going to beat Gervonta Tank Davis. So he bet Errol Spence $20,000, and clearly he lost that bet because Gervonta Tank Davis brutally knocked out Rolando Romero in the 6th round of their fight. And so with that said, he feel like he was being called out. He feel like he was being put on the spot, and he stated that, you know, that's one of the reasons he's pursuing a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, because he essentially was embarrassed. He was embarrassed that, you know, he was called out. He was embarrassed that, you know, the lightweight division is passing him by. Let's be real, okay? Ryan Garcia is seen as one of the four Kings 2.0. The 4 Kings, the original 4 Kings was 4 Hall of Famers, surefire first ballot, legendary Hall of Fame, iconic superstar boxers in Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hitman Hearns, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, and Roberto Duran. Okay, Hands of Stone. So this new era of 4 Kings is considered to be Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, and Teofimo Lopez. Okay, well, 3 out of the 4 are actually living up to it to a degree. The 4 Kings era. Ryan Garcia is the one that's not living up to his part. He's not doing his part, okay? We know Gervonta Tank Davis, he's the cash cow. He's the pay-per-view star. From 140 junior welterweight on down, he's a 3-division world champion. He broke the record for the Barclays Center live gate with $5 million for a sporting and boxing event, okay? We know that Gervonta Tank Davis just recently sold 375 to 400,000 pay-per-views, okay? We know Devin Haney, now the undisputed lightweight world champion, created history. First fighter in history at the lightweight division, which is a glamour division, okay, to become a 4 major sanctioned belt holder and the lineal champion, okay? He did so at 23 years of age. Devin Haney, 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. He created history, okay? The last undisputed lightweight world champion was Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker, late, great, legendary, iconic superstar Hall of Fame boxer. But that was a 3-belt era, okay? So he lived up, Devin Haney's living up to the billing. Gervonta Tank Davis, like I said, he's viewed as the face of junior welterweight on down, okay? The cash cow, right? And then you have Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, he recently lost, but Teofimo Lopez, he has set out and accomplished beating 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasyl High-Tech Lomachenko. And Teofimo Lopez, he did so with only 15 fights, okay? Teofimo Lopez went into the fight with Lomachenko with 15 fights, no losses, no draws, okay, 12 wins by way of knockout, okay, at 23 years of age, took on Lomachenko with one title defense, one title fight against Richard Coleman, in which he picked up the IBF strap, brutally knocking out Richard Coleman in the second round of their fight, okay? And Teofimo Lopez dominated Lomachenko, who was seen as the top 3. Some people thought Lomachenko was the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, okay? And Teofimo Lopez won the first 7 rounds. Then he won the 12th round. Clearly looked like he was on the verge of stopping Lomachenko in the 12th round of the fight, okay? So he picked up a legacy win, beat Richard Coleman, beat Nakatani, okay? So he became the unified lightweight world champion. And doing so and have the biggest win of all the guys in the division, okay? So Teofimo Lopez, now he went into his immediate title defense against George Kambosos Jr., in which he lost to George Kambosos Jr., and now Devin Haney beat George Kambosos Jr. and became undisputed. But with that said, Teofimo Lopez has a legacy fight. The biggest win out of all 4 guys is beating Lomachenko, okay? So he's accomplishing and he's set out and accomplished. So he's living up to the billing, okay? Ryan Garcia is not living up to the billing. Ryan Garcia, after he beat Olympic gold medalist, British lightweight star title contender Luke Campbell for, his biggest fight, his biggest step-up fight. He was dropped in the fight in the first round. He was floored. Then he got up, faced adversity. He beat Luke Campbell, stopped Luke Campbell in the 7th round. But that's the biggest fight in his career. Now, after that fight, he did so for the WBC mandatory position to face off against Devin Haney. Well, he then stated that he was going to go and look to fight, Gervonta Tank Davis. And if he can't secure a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, then he was going to revisit the possibility of fighting Devin Haney. Well, that never came to fruition. He went on Hot Box with legendary retired iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer Iron Mike Tyson, in which he told Mike Tyson on Hot Box that he was going to knock out Gervonta Tank Davis within 2 rounds of their fight, right? Well, that didn't take place. And Mike Tyson, he FaceTimed Gervonta Tank Davis. They went back and forth, building up the fight, supposed to be negotiating the fight. Okay, it was seen to be as the Mayweather Oscar De La Hoya 2.0, since Gervonta Tank Davis is promoted by Floyd Mayweather. Ryan Garcia is promoted by Oscar De La Hoya. Ryan Garcia is cut from the mold of Oscar De La Hoya. Tank Davis is cut from the mold of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya broke all records back in 2007 with their fight. That was the biggest fight in the history of sport of boxing at one point in time, till Floyd Mayweather went on and broke that record 2-3 times over. But it was the biggest fight in the sport of boxing at that time, right? So with that said, this is seen to be Floyd Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya 2.0, right? Well, they was in negotiations. Seemed like it was on the verge of happening, right? And then all of a sudden, Ryan Garcia, he started to tell the world that he had an opportunity to fight. He had a fight to fight legendary, iconic Filipino superstar, 8-division world champion, Hall of Fame boxer, and Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, okay? And then that proved not to be true, and that's why he stated he was pulling out the negotiations to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, because he had an opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao, okay? Well, Manny Pacquiao and his team, they stated that was not true. That was the furthest thing from the truth, okay? And that, they never have any interest in plans to fighting Ryan Garcia. So then Ryan Garcia, now, instead of him revisiting the opportunity of fighting Devin Haney or fighting Gervonta Tank Davis, he then goes on to sign Javier Fortuna, the guy he's going to fight in July. Okay, he goes on to say he's going to fight Javier Fortuna, scheduled to fight. Then he pulls out the fight with Javier Fortuna and stated that he has health issues that he has to attend to. Okay, well then Javier Fortuna fights former IBF super featherweight world champion Mexican superstar boxer Joseph Jojo Diaz, and Joseph Diaz beats him. Then Ryan Garcia signs on to fight Joseph Diaz, and then he pulls out of that fight with a hand injury, right? And we hadn't seen him in the ring for a year. Then he comes back, he fights Emmanuel Tagle, a relatively unknown guy, okay? He beats Emmanuel Tagle in a lackluster performance, and he feels and sees the train leaving him, right? He's one of the supposed to be 4 kings, and the other 4 kings, the other 3 of the 4 are doing their job, and he's not. So now he stated that he was embarrassed and that he needs to take this fight, regardless of what Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions and DAZN say. He's going to push for this fight. He needs to make this fight happen because he felt called out. He feels like, he's being slighted. and he feels like the train is leaving him. Essentially, that's exactly what's taking place. Okay, and Ryan Garcia sees opportunity passing him by, and now Ryan Garcia, he wants to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, or at least he's saying he wants to fight Gervonta Tank Davis after betting Errol Spence $20,000 that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to lose. Now he wants to fight Gervonta Tank Davis because he was essentially embarrassed. So let's see how this all unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire L.
Garcia, you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.